Hello everybody and welcome to the YouTube unboxing of the Keen Home Smart Vent. KeenHome.io is the website if you want to get more information. This is a smart vent for your heating and cooling system that has a motor in there to open and close it automatically, and it has a temperature sensor so it can help determine the temperature of the room that it's installed in. Now the really cool thing with this is out of the box it works with Nest, Smartthings, and Lowe's Iris. Now the design behind this is that once your room reaches the required temperature, it will shut the vent closed, allowing that air pressure to go to other rooms that's struggling. Maybe you have a system where your thermostat's upstairs and your heating and cooling system is just one unit for the home. So the downstairs gets pretty cold before or warm, depending on your season, right? Before it gets upstairs. So if you have these vents installed downstairs, they'll actually close off when it reaches the desired temperature, allowing that heating or cooling to go upstairs. So now the upstairs has more power behind it to reach that temperature as well. And the vents communicate together. They communicate with your thermostat if you're using a Nest, so it helps balance all that out. So a couple helpful tidbits of information is that the smart application for it will be available directly from Keen Home on November 28th. So depending on when you're, and that's 2015, sorry, in case this is lasting longer on the internet, right? So November 28th of 2015, so next couple weeks from now that the video is being shot, you'll have that being pushed out. They are going to be sold through Lowe's, so you'll see those actually arriving here within this week. So you should start seeing those show up in your local Lowe's. Now, if you're an online shopper and you don't mind using my referral link, please go to smarthomehq.net/smartvent. smarthomehq.net/smartvent. Now, also, if you would like more information on this, maybe I'm going to do a review of some of the smart apps through Smartthings. I'm going to look and see what options are available through the Lowe's Iris platform. And if this Keen Home is going to make any Keen Home or Smartthings will work together to make specialized smart apps to get this to work without their specifically branded app, to see what kind of options you have there if you don't like juggling all these different smart apps. So check out the next podcast, smarthomehq.net/039 is the next one, and it may last into other ones, but I would subscribe now to the podcast and you'll be able to get that information as it comes in. So let's go over to another camera and we'll do the unboxing. All right, so here's your retail packaging. It'll have your size, color, and design. And then on the back side of this, you're going to find your Apple, Android, Zigbee, Nest, Iris, Smartthings, and a bunch of little other information. I'll tell you the features of it. It's got pressure, temperature, it's wireless, good on battery, the magnet faceplate, pretty cool. And there's a breakaway view. So that's interesting, right? All right. Well, let's open her up and see what we can get into. Right? No. Okay. All right. So here is the item itself. So let me set this aside real quick. Show you what else is in the box here. So we'll have some paperwork. You've got download the application to get started. Here is the breakdown. Here's a preview of the application, maybe. It'll have your directions, what each individual sensor will mean, and item and location, and how it operates. And then you've got some color coding on the back for the infrared, or not the infrared, but the LED light on the inside. More information, and then screws. Now these screws may seem a little odd if all your vents are on the floor where you're at, but if you have a system where the vents on the ceiling or on the wall, they have to anchor and screw into something. These are provided, but chances are you'll probably use whatever you're using right now. All right, so the lighting adjusts a little bit. Little zoom action going on. Okay, so the faceplate itself actually pops right on off. It's held together by a couple magnets, which is really interesting That's a nice way to put that on there. Makes it sit pretty snug, but then, it pops right on off. So here's the unit. Here's what you're wanting, what you're looking for. You've got your battery tray. This is a manual, so you can move it. It's a little lever sitting to the right or left of the battery tray, depending on which way you're looking at it. But it's right there. It slides, and it'll open and shut the shutters automatically for you. Here's the LED what you needed the color code for, right there next to the battery. It's got its nice little logo kind of implement and I guess etched or printed right there on the blade. Now the bottom side, oh yeah, they've got some little pieces of paper in here to cover up the screw hole, so that's where your screw hole is to get in there and take a look and screw that onto the wall, secure it. So let's flip it over. It's the back side of it. It's pretty simple, right? It's just an error register. It's a little smart. Got some sensors and whatnot in there. All your legal requirements printed out nicely on the back side. But yeah, so there's the vent. It's pretty simple. Now to get this to pair, pretty straightforward. You pull out the battery tab, and then go into your application and say, find new device. So I'm going to put this back together. Let me show you guys a video real quick on how I put it in and a mistake I actually made doing it. So I'm going to cut over to the pre-recorded video. I have 2 of these units. I went ahead and recorded one beforehand just so I can show you guys how it is installed and what it looks like when you're adding it to this Smartthings application. Okay, so you start out by removing your old registry vent. If it screws in, unscrew it, but most of them, if they're in the floor like this, they just pop on out. Magnet remove, so you can see where you're going. If you need to access the screw holes, there they are on the sides and the little silver wings. Now here's where I messed up. I had one that was 4x10 when I needed 4x12. So measure and then order. Now when you order these online, you're going to go through the whole purchasing phase, and it's not going to ask you the size that you need right off. So what you'll do is you'll get a survey in return that says, hey, what size units do you need? So make sure you fill that out. All right, now putting it in the app. So you pulled the battery tab. You told Smartthings or your Lowe's Iris or whatever system you're using to find a new device. So it's going to go out and it's going to search. I'm looking for your new things. I'm looking for your new device. And as soon as it finds it, boom, tap on it. Or hit next or whatever your platform does. And then you're going to give it a name. If you have more than one vent, you probably don't want to leave it the default as Keen Home Smart Vent. I'm going to change mine to say Living Room Smart Vent. And then I'll update that and, give a unique name for each one of the vents. Now, if you're using the new Smartthings room or device category, basically the old group, you can go ahead and put it in a room now. I'm not going to do it this time. Just hit next. The predefined smart apps, but I'm going to try out a lot of these and I'll let you know which ones works the best. Now, when you go into the app, you can use the slider at the bottom. Now, this slider will actually open, this is the degree, I guess, of open and shut on the shutters. So you can play around with it a little bit and it'll actually move those shutters for you. You can have it all the way closed, go back to all the way open or somewhere in between. Now, if you want it completely open and closed, just tap the icon for open and close, just like you're locking a door or toggling any other sensor. And it'll also give you your battery readout and your current temperature in that room. This has been the unboxing of the Keen Home Smart Vent. If you have any more questions about it, please subscribe to the podcast, smarthomehq.net. The next podcast should be episode 39, so smarthomehq.net/039. You can also send me an email, feedback@smarthomehq.net, and I'll try to answer any questions that you may possibly have. If I don't know the answer, I'm not afraid to tell you I don't know, and I do my best to try to find that out for you. If you'd like to know of other ways you can help support the show, please go to smarthomehq.net/support. Until next time, it's time to make your home smarter. Thanks for tuning in.